Just a spoonful.
All right, one.
All right. 5:30, I'd like to call the regular council meeting for December 23rd to order. First order of business, call for pecuniary interest regarding the agenda. I don't believe anybody has anything. We don't have any in camera today. Nothing in there, so that's fine. Adoption of, the agenda.
Yes, may I make a change to
Yes.
the agenda? We just want to have your permission to move the budget just down below the STARS request for funding. Just move that down and then take up the budget after that time. STARS has requested some funding from us. I want to be able to talk.
So you want to put the 8.4 where?
7.1 would come after 8.4.
Right after it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please. Only for the sake of council being able to debate the
Yeah.
issue, and if we need to add it to budget, it can be added
Yeah.
in addition to that.
Exactly. All right, are there any other additions or changes? If not, can I get a motion to accept the agenda with that change?
I will motion to accept.
Thank you, all in favor? That is carried. All right, so adoption of previous minutes. November 25th regular meeting, December 9th committee of the whole. Are there any errors or omissions? None? Motion to adopt the meetings, previous minutes.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor? And that is carried. All right, we're gonna get right into the budget.
No,
No,
we moved that, remember?
we just moved it, your worship.
It's 8.5.
8.5.
I put it backwards, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I get it. All right, so we'll put it down there. I'm sorry. Okay, so subdivision then.
That's correct, your worship.
All right. File SD 2501, Thorsby Pharmacy. So, see, Donna, you want to take us through there, or Dr. Liz, or which way do you want to
Your
go?
worship, you can defer to Ms. Armitage.
Okay.
We blew that up.
Evening. Sorry?
We're just working on the sizing on the screen in front of us
Okay.
here.
Yep, you're good to go.
Excellent. My name is Liz Armitage. I was hoping to be there today to meet everybody on council in person. However, given that the roads are supposed to be changing overnight, Donna and I elected to have me remote in, given that it's the day before Christmas and I kind of want to make sure I'm home tomorrow. But I will be coming up to meet you guys in person soon enough. Or at least those of you I have not met already. Tonight, I am here to talk about subdivision of Lot 19 from lots 15 through 19, Block 1, Plan 1828EO. So this is a very unique subdivision because what happened at one point in time is the landowner chose to combine these 5 lots. And they combined them by title, and now they want to take one of them out. So they have to go through a subdivision process, even though when you look at the map, there's already a lot line there and it kind of looks like it already exists. But it's a land titles technicality. So when we look at the tentative plan shown in the application below, the applicant is simply proposing to remove lot 19, which is the lot to the side that's kind of on the back of the alley, and to create it as its own individual parcel. This parcel will be addressed off of 51st Street, whereas the remainder of the parcel is located off of Hankin Street. It will have vehicle access from the same rear lane. And again, you can see both the subdivision tentative plan, which is what matters for land titles if this is approved. And you can see on the next page, if we slide down, an aerial photo of the proposed new parcel, whereas the remnant parcel, which is what kind of looks like 4 lots, will stay as 4 lots. So we don't know when or why this was done. It's not something that actually requires town permission. It's something you can do just through land titles. So ultimately, the current landowner has come forward and said, hey, I really want to separate these out. So we have to go through a subdivision process. So when we look at the municipal development plan, the application is in alignment with that document, and it needs to be. There's no municipal reserve required to be taken because the parcel is less than 0.8 hectares in size, and that is the requirement of the Municipal Government Act. It appears to have adequate servicing, fit and sizing to the other parcels in the general area appear to be appropriate as well. So while we have no future use identified at this time, all future planning considerations, so if they come in for an application for a development permit or any type of land use bylaw amendment or type of change, then we would go through that process and evaluate that in the future. So when we look at the proposed new parcel in alignment with the city's C1 district, which is its current designation, it will meet those requirements. So again, we don't know the applicant's long-term plans for this parcel, but if they come in with an application, it would be reviewed against the C1 requirements. We did complete a circulation of the application. We circulated to we circulate to all of the agencies in the province that were required to through the Municipal Government Act and the subdivision regulations. So here we just have a list of the ones we received. I'm not going to read through them word for word. What I will say is that they are non-issues in my opinion. And I do want to note that we did not receive any comments from Alberta Transportation and Economic Corridors. We very typically would receive comments. Ms. Tona had actually gone in to look to see if we received some as of today, and she's checked twice today and we still have not. So in order to do a subdivision in a municipality or within a certain distance of Alberta Transportation Road, we need their permission. We have not received that to date. And so what this means is if council approves it today, there is a chance that they could appeal it. Technically, any agency could, and then we would have to go through that process. I would suggest based on the type of subdivision, that likelihood is very small, but I do want council to be aware of it. So ultimately, as council is a subdivision authority for the town of Thorsby, we have recommended 9 conditions be in the subdivision approval. The first is that, I'm going to summarize, the first is that they engage an Alberta land surveyor to prepare a plan of subdivision. That is a requirement in the province of Alberta. Nobody else can prepare that, so they have to do that. They must pay any taxes on the property. They have to be paid in full. They have to ensure all rights of ways are carried forward and registered on the new lots. Number 4 is an important one. They have to ensure that the new lot, that'll be a standalone lot 19, is fully serviced with potable water, sanitary services, and shallow utilities. We believe that's done, but they need to do the due diligence to prove that out. If it's not done, then they will have to install them before the lot can be created. Then they also have to make any necessary changes to gas utility, active gas utilities, and provide servicing to the lots and provide easements if required. They also need to make arrangements with the power utility Fortis to provide servicing to the lot if it's not already there. The applicant must submit a grading plan prepared by a qualified professional to the satisfaction of the development authority, which is myself and, well, technically Donna. And the grading must be completed in accordance with the grading plans prior to endorsement. So we need proof that that is done. Typically, that's done through a real property report that shows grading. The applicant must pay the endorsement fee, which is in our fee schedule. And we note that municipal reserves are not owing because the property is less than 0.8 hectares. And what happens is if council approves these conditions, we prepare a letter of transmittal, decision of transmittal. That goes to the applicant and it also goes to the agencies. There is a 14-day appeal period, which is a provincial requirement. We cannot alter that 14-day appeal period. And then the applicant has 1 year to comply with all of these conditions. So if they comply within a week, great, we can move on and we'll ultimately administratively handle the subdivision endorsement process. If it takes them a year, that's okay too. That's their choice. And then they come in and we do an endorsement process. Then it goes to land titles. Land titles is currently about a 3-month wait. Again, something we have no authority on and no ability to influence. And so they'll take care of that process. That's not the town's job. So essentially what we're looking at is recommending that council proceed with the approval with the 9 conditions on the subdivision. And I am happy to answer any questions should any member of council have any questions.
Thank you. I have one question there, Liz. So did he always own this land? Because I see that real estate sign there, and then I sold on it. So did he just buy it, or he's always had it?
I don't have the history of ownership. I only know that he currently owns it.
Cindy, yeah,
So it was part of the drugstore
yeah,
lot, so the drugstore owns it right now, they have sold it. In order to sell it, they need to subdivide it.
that's what I was getting at.
That's how it's worded, okay.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah,
because I-
yeah.
okay.
Chicken kind of came before the egg.
I understand.
Well, and to be honest, I'm not even sure. I deal with a couple of these applications a year where somebody back in the day consolidated a number of lots, and then they think it's as easy to subdivide them back to the original lots. And unfortunately, just the way the Alberta legislation is, it's not. So they have to go through this process. And so to me, this is the easiest type of subdivision you can do. The lot in everyone's mind already existed. It just doesn't in land title. So you can't sell it as an individual lot.
And even in our system, it's a separate roll number.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
not even like it's one lot.
Just the real estate sign was premature. He had it for sale and he had it sold. so
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not-
it's sold, they just need to do this to sell
Okay,
it.
I get that.
So we're only talking about the one.
The one lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just need to separate it from it's part of.
The one across the back alley.
Yeah, it's part of the drugstore building there, like that, all that stuff in red is one lot on that inland title.
Yeah.
And then
Honestly, it's really surprising to me that they would have incorporated a lot that's not directly adjacent, like there's a roadway between it. I've never seen that before. Typically, you have to be like those four together makes sense, but the fact that there's a roadway between to this additional one labeled as new parcel is incredibly rare. I'm not sure if there was a mistake that was made back in the day. I don't know. Land titles almost never makes mistakes, but I've just never seen one where the parcels aren't directly adjacent. So it's an odd one, but it doesn't really change anything for the town. The biggest thing that we need to do is ensure that the grading works and that it is in fact serviced. So that's on them to prove out.
All right, thank you for that. Tracy?
Just curious, is it commercial at the moment and remain commercial, or is it
Yeah.
residential?
It is commercial. It's the C1 designation. They could come in and apply to redesignate it. That's always a possibility, but my crystal ball can't tell us what they're going to do with it. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Gotcha.
I have a question. When we're saying grading, we're talking about leveling grading, not like,
Water runoff.
okay, that's what I thought, but I didn't know if like designation C1, if there was a grade. I wanted to check. Thank you.
So prior to subdivision, or in one of your 9 requests, you're asking that the water sewer be put in already?
We need it proven out that it's there or it's not there. And if it's not there, then yes, anytime we do a subdivision, lots should be subdivided that are fully serviced. There was an example that we recently had in Thorsby, I won't name names, where a lot was subdivided a few years ago and it was not fully serviced, and buyers are expecting fully serviced lots. And so it caused a lot of problems. And so the typical rule of thumb is you subdivide a lot, you ensure it is fully serviceable, and the municipality, it's our responsibility to do that, to ensure it's serviced, not to pay for those services. So we do suspect this lot is serviced. We just don't have that confirmation at this point in time.
So are you asking for the services to be on it?
I'm not sure I understand the question. Yes, in that they would, if there is no services pulled to the property line already, then they will have to pull those services to the property line before the subdivision can be endorsed.
And that's at their cost?
Absolutely.
That's on number 4 on here.
Yeah, could you bring that?
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? All right, so then, administration's recommending that we give approval to subdivision SD 2501 with the 9 conditions. Can I get a motion to that effect?
I'll motion to it.
All in favor? That is carried. Thank you very much, Liz.
Thank you. Have a wonderful holiday and enjoy the rest of your meeting.
Yeah. Your red glasses, are you still there?
Yeah.
Are you trying to be in competition with the Mayor of Edmonton with his blue and his red and his yellow glasses?
I do have yellow ones too, so maybe I didn't know that.
Awesome.
No
Thank
blue
you,
ones
guys.
at the moment.
Have a great Christmas. Thank you.
You as well. Thank you so much. Jesse, we'll talk first thing tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Have a wonderful night.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I just was a little confused with the sign there because it's, you know, but he was premature on when he put it down and everything. Okay. All right, okay, moving on to 8.2, Thorsby Municipal Library Board appointments. Donna, you want to talk about that one?
Thank you, Your Worship. So basically, we received 2 municipal library board trustee reappointments, and they are for Ms. Gail Pollock and Ms. Tavia Bente. And it's town council's responsibility to pass the board trustee appointments and reappointments for the municipal library board. And the municipal library will send board trustee recommendations, and council will then approve or decline those board appointments. Gail, Ms. Pollock is entering her second 2-year term, while Ms. Bente is entering her second 2-year term. We have not identified a reason to decline these board reappointment recommendations. We've met with them on a couple of matters, confidential matters with respect to the library, and found those 2 interactions quite successful and very professional. So we recommend through motion of council that the following resolution be passed to appoint the following individuals to the Town of Thorsby Municipal Library Board for the specific terms: Ms. Pollock, term expiring December 2/3/2028, and Tavia Bente, term expiring date December 2/3/2027.
All right, pretty straightforward, I think. Everybody remember, she was, Tavia was the one that came in here and presented the, budget for them.
Yeah.
She was the accountant.
Tavia, yeah.
Okay,
Yes, treasurer.
we're lucky to have them, I think, so,
I would move to appoint these 2 as representatives.
thank you. All in favor? That is carried. All right, 8.3, Tiny Tots Grant Application. And, I think they got the form here. There's a letter on, see, Donna, you want to talk about that?
Yes, Your Worship, for sure, and this will come not in this one, it'll come into 2026, because the jail has been expanded. So, we will provide this in 2026, with the direction of council. The Tiny Tots Play School is hosting a dueling drum and piano show on the 14th of February. Great date night, and are requesting funding through our community grant support for the 2026 budget. It's being hosted as an entertainment of dueling drums and piano by Britt and the Backbeat, as well as a delicious dinner service, 50/50 silent auction door prizes and cash bar. We're presenting the Tiny Tots Play School grant request during the last regular meeting in December to ensure that council approves the resolution. That particular check is made ready and available in a reasonable time prior to the event in 2026. We recommend through motion of council that the Thorsby Tiny Tots Play School Committee grant be considered for our 2026 budget year.
And what would be the amount of that particular grant?
I'm just looking here. 500. They've asked for the big grant.
But although they've requested that amount, we don't have to approve that amount, we could make it lower if we chose.
That is correct, Councilor.
So,
That's the night they have their dinner and everything.
Yeah.
That's the big.
Yeah,
big one
that's
coming up.
the dinner, 50/50, and the sound talk.
$100 a person.
Yeah.
But they only typically do one big fundraiser a year, don't they?
Typically, yes.
Yeah.
This is their first time?
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
So just so council's aware, new council, there's 2 support levels that we have, or 3, I guess. They can event up to 50 people, and that is up to $200. Event for more than 50 persons is up to $500. And then I'm assuming they're asking for the full 5, it doesn't say.
Well, they're hoping to have 170 people.
Yeah, and then, or they can ask for a donation for their silent auction.
And they have not received previous funding.
Like not ever, or just not this year?
Just, we asked the question, have you received previous funding from Thorsby, and that has been left blank.
Do they have a silent auction, or is that,
They do, yeah.
They're going to.
so,
That was on the list of things.
And they
so,
hit all the
Cindy, can
boxes.
you repeat what you just said? That's
Yeah, so
like-
there's 3 support levels.
Yeah,
The first one is event for up to 50 persons. They can get up to $200, and then event for more than 50 persons, up to $500. they're requesting the full 500, and then, or a donation item for the silent auction. So they've checked off the box for event of more than 50 persons up to $500.
Okay.
And what was our 2026 budget for grants?
2,500, let me look.
I think it was 2,500.
Of which 1,000 goes to the food bank.
So it's first come, first served, whoever asks for that, and, once it's gone out of the budget, then it's gone. So,
I'd make the motion that we give them 250. Because they do have an expensive supper, and that's gonna cover a lot of the costs. They are having a silent auction as
yeah,
well.
no, that's fine.
170 some people, I think.
That's what you're hoping.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so 170, give or take, at $100 a crack, that's a big chunk of money they're gonna be making.
Yeah, well, you made the motion, so let's, any other discussion on it? No discussion?
Sorry,
Well, I think we're reading.
I'm just reading the
Okay.
values here, if we could give us a second, please.
Yeah.
And so, yes, just to clarify, the, conditional local government and agency grants is at the 2,500 total.
And we have 7 or 8 people that's on that, don't we? We have, is it 7 or 8 people that applied for grants or?
Councilor Kevin, your worship, your Councilor Kevin, we have the, Lions.
Yeah.
We have, and that's for their Easter. We had, Community of Bloom for the Spirit Fest. I'm missing one.
Seniors.
The seniors bingo and, the rodeo.
And the food bank.
And
What about the Legion?
they haven't requested one ever.
The Legion has never.
Legion-
It has to be for an event, and the
Yeah.
Legion doesn't have events,
Yeah.
so.
And do they, their room at the complex, do they rent it from us, or do we just give it to them?
The who,
The play school rental.
they do not rent it.
No, we never have, Tamara did,
Yeah, that's what I
She
think.
was going, yeah.
she did, and she also, made them rent, the path that they took to the bathroom and so on and so forth.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, they're a great organization. I mean, those women that go in there and look after those kids, they don't get anything for it. They do it out of the goodness of their hearts, and most of them, they're not their kids. It's, their grandmas or whatever, and I've been to a couple of things there over the years, and we've done a pizza night for them a couple times, and it's a great program. Is my feeling, so.
They really try to keep their costs down, and they watch their budget very closely.
Yeah.
Like most of the work that's done in play school or not is volunteered.
Okay. Anything else? We have a motion then? All in favor?
We have your worship, we have a motion on the table by Councilor Reynolds for 250. We need to deal with that motion first, sir.
That's correct.
They can come back later on, can they not?
No,
Just a one-time shot
For the year.
for the year?
So they didn't, they didn't fill out a form or anything, so they really haven't, have they asked for 500?
No.
well, they just put that one up to 500, but they didn't actually put, there's a line that says amount requested,
They didn't.
and they did not fill that out. But they did put the 5, so it would be my assumption they're asking for 500.
Mine too.
So yes, the Lions got 500, the seniors get 250 for their bingo,
What did the Lions get, 500
the
for?
Easter egg hunt.
Easter egg hunt.
Okay.
And then, the Egg Society got 500.
That was the first time they've ever.
That's,
applied.
and then Food Bank got 1,000, and then Community of Bloom, 250.
250 for.
So we got a total of 2,500 and $1,000 has already gone for food bank, right? So you got $1,500 to split between 4 other people, basically 4 groups, so.
Yeah, it's first come, first served.
Cindy, can you clarify, 1,000 comes out of that for food bank? Yeah.
For the food bank, yeah. I'd still remake my motion for $250.
You wanna leave it at $250?
I like to leave it at $250, and my thought is, yes, as much as we're saying first come, first serve, who knows what else is gonna crop up?
Well, when we do talk about budget, you can always ask me how much it's gonna increase the budget to increase that budget line, and I can tell you that it won't be very much.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the thought that I'm going off of.
Yeah, so, but when we get to budget, if you guys wanna increase that number, you can. Up to you.
It's a tough one, because
They've never asked before, I don't.
well, they're taking on a big event, the
Hoping
pricey
to
event, yeah.
Hoping to make money, hoping.
And they're there, is the fundraiser to cover the cost of the fundraiser? Or are they trying to get funds for something else?
They're trying to, from what I understand, what they're doing is hoping to raise funds to run the play school and purchase equipment and everything else. I mean, they don't really have money to work with that much. They have their play school dues that they get paid, that probably covers the cost maybe of the one employee they have. There's not a whole bunch of money in there.
Well, I'm gonna add up because your budget isn't very good, but I wish people would total so you could see how much
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your worship, thank you. The funding will be applied to facility rental costs. So they're to community hall.
Right, okay.
Because they don't get a deal from them.
We don't even get a deal, we have to rent it too.
I know.
But the funds they generate from having their fundraiser, that's what I'm curious, what they're trying to get funds for. I understand for the facility rental.
So the
Yeah.
total cost of their event is $15,842.50 is their estimated cost of the event, on the high side, like, so, and they wanted how many people to come?
170. The building,
I was gonna say, it
the
just-
building can hold up to 170 people.
So that's $93.20 per person, the cost, so they're not making anything off the ticket.
No.
And it's just such a big risk that they're doing this,
So the whole rental is 500?
30.
5:30.
By third. So if we grant them the full 500, then is that going to the whole rental or something?
That's what they're
So
saying.
they're saying that they will use it for hall rent.
Yeah.
I changed my motion, that's for the
You
500.
wanna just amend it?
Yeah, I just amended.
Go ahead,
As long as it's going to the cost. of
yeah,
the
Jesse?
rental.
Sorry, just as a point of order, the motion has to be made to amend it, correct?
Right, you have to.
So, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
All right, go ahead.
Maybe my recommendation is you guys vote
Council.
council vote to oppose the motion, but
Correct.
make a new motion.
That's correct.
It's kind of,
And your worship, my recommendation would be, before the motion is, so you kill the first motion, rescind it, and then indicate with the second motion what you want it to go for.
So we'll go back to the first motion.
Please do.
All in favor? All opposed? Okay, and then the second motion, you wanna make it as well?
Yeah, for the 500,
Okay,
but that the funds be directed towards paying the rent.
all in favor? Good job.
Well done, council.
Quick question, why would that not be on there?
It is,
It is
they're
at the
right.
top, it is at the top, go ahead, scroll up.
Yeah, it's on page, 30 of your.
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, I wish him luck. I mean, not a lot of people are gonna spend $100.
They did state it, we're just not obligated to have to give them 500, we can reduce it to 400 or 300. You pick the amount and,
Well, they're gonna have to pay hall rental one way or the other.
Yeah, facility rental cost, the event.
Okay.
but if getting closer to the date they find that this isn't gonna fly, then maybe they'll be able to recoup their losses and get money returned on rentals. I don't know what the,
If it doesn't fly, we recoup our money, do we not?
No,
We do not.
It'll fly.
It'll fly. The hall doesn't give you refunds. Comes to rental.
they'll run on one way
No,
or the other.
I wanted to.
I don't know, like, they're gonna have to put deposits on a lot of things, and
Yeah.
it's gonna cost them a lot of money right off the bat.
Dueling pianos are fun.
Yeah.
They're a fun time.
They've had one here before,
Yeah.
maybe 5 years ago, and they just, I'm starting thinking dueling piano, but they sold it out.
Yeah, and it's Valentine's too, your worship, through the council, it's Valentine's night. I think it'll be okay.
If people compare it to something like going out to Mayfield Dinner Theater,
Yeah.
where they're getting a show and a dinner, they can justify the $100 a person.
The unique with this one, your worship, through the council, Tracy, is it has drums with it, dueling drums. That is a different feature, which is kind of cool. I've seen those in, a place that I like to go once a year that nobody knows where they can find me, starts with a V. And, they
We
are.
lost last night, or the other night, right?
Yeah, I don't even go there, I'm so depressed. But, they're very popular with the drums now, it's very interesting, so, I think it'll be okay.
I think they've done a lot of their due diligence with the members that are in play school right now, the number of parents and grandparents that would be willing to support it. It might not make 170 people, but I think for a lot of work, they might.
I think they'll do all right with it, they'll surprise us,
Yeah.
but it's such a risk.
If
Yeah, I
I'm
hate
here, I
things
go.
like that.
All right. Okay, well, thank you. Moving on, 8.4, Stars request for support. I have some problems with this one.
Thank you, your worship. So, of course, we know STARS function, so I'm not gonna go that direction. STARS has landed out here a few times for sure. Granted, they're primarily paid through the Alberta provincial government and through donations to the Alberta Lottery. And they're asking assistance from Alberta municipalities, including us, so we're not singled out because they've just about landed in every municipality in this province. They would request a voluntary annual contribution based on $1 to $2 per capita, or a fixed rate of support based on a minimum of 2 per capita annually and recognized as a regional leader, or for your pledge of support in conjunction with the present council's term. The most recent census population profile by Stats Canada in 2021, our projected population is 967. That is very close. And they're requesting 1,934. They're requesting this per capita funding for all municipalities. So they're requesting $2,000, well, 1,934. We have 3 different ways of pledging, 4 actually can be defeated. And so after council discussion within the resolution, administration would would request council to determine one of the 3 options there to which they are supporting. So it's not assumed that you're supporting them for 4 years. So we leave it for discussion, your worship.
I have no question in my mind that, you know, they're a worthy outfit, that most places, municipalities, and I know companies and stuff, they do fundraisings for them. They don't give the money, and my concern is to give taxpayers' money to them. All right, you've got you've got the Stollery, you've got the Cross, you've got the U of A, you've got all these other organizations that are worthy as well. So then you start with these guys, and then the next guys come in and they want the money, and then the next guys want the money. And like I said, I'm not disputing that they're worthy of the money here, but I'm just not so sure we want to do that and set a precedent.
I understand Mr. Mayor's comment that there are so many within Alberta really good programs that, benefit us. But these ones come here, right? I think that, to me, that's a big difference. And maybe I'm a little biased because Stars circled for an hour until they knew my son could be taken by ambulance when he cut his 4 fingers off. And There was no cost. There was no cost to us.
No, there's
You
no
know what I
cost. I mean, if there's an accident on the highway today and one person is from Calgary and one person is from Grand Prairie, I mean, they're gonna come out, but they'll land in Thorsby because that's where it happened,
Yeah.
right?
No, I understand
It's what
that.
they do. It's just, you see what I'm saying? It's taxpayer money.
It adds up.
And I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just talking out loud here and what everybody else.
I just know I paid for the ambulance, but not for stars.
Correct. Go ahead, Audrey.
I'm on your sort of thought. Number one, our tax is already paid for stars.
You?
The government
Oh, I
tax,
see what you're saying,
we
yeah, okay,
always
sorry.
pay for stars, there's a portion of it always goes to them.
Okay.
Seeing that I work and have stars, whatever, there, and you're 100% right. There's a lot of organizations that the money that they raise in their office, whatever, goes directly to stars. A lot of the doctors that work out of the hospital, they're not getting paid when they go on the stars call. They're in hospital already. So them to ask municipalities for another $2, it's just more money out of our tax pocket that I don't feel that right now that
Well,
municipalities can afford to.
It's taxpayer money. That's the
It's
way I see it.
taxpayer money, yeah. I mean, I love stars, I support stars, I buy their tax.
I've done a couple of things. I was at Trinidad Drilling for 25 years, and we hosted a golf tournament every year for them, and we raised $100,000.
Exactly.
With Akita Drilling, I've attended every year one of theirs, and they've been having it for 15 years, and they 25, 30, 40,000 every time they host one. And I don't know if there's something we could do. I would rather. I know it's more work. This is the easiest way out to give them money, but I would like to try and do some kind of fundraiser for them.
Yeah,
Where people have a choice to participate or not,
Yes,
exactly.
versus
I mean,
applying it through
they have their own
taxes.
raffle. I mean, I buy stars. I've been buying stars for 20 years, and I haven't won the
I was gonna say, if you wanted to
That's
buy.
beside the point.
No,
And so I was going to say, STARS has already approached every single Albertan that has the opportunity
To
to
support them.
purchase tickets right now and buy for the STARS lottery. And so it's a matter of choice if they spend the money to buy a ticket. So I think every Albertan's already being given the offer of purchasing without being forced to pay $1 or $2. And I know it sounds like we're monsters if we can't contribute $1 or $2.
There's no question. I mean, they save lives, and there's lots of people that I know that they've rescued them, and you know, probably alive today because of them. So I mean, I'm not disputing that, but
No.
I'm putting on my Grinch hat for the mayor, for the town, and you know, I mean, that's all I'm saying. It's not our money that we're.
No, until it's mandated and made part of our taxes, I think the offer is there for every Albertan to contribute as they see fit.
I guess where I see this is, they're kind of dictating on what they want from you.
Yeah.
To me, that's not a donation.
I worked for PCL Construction 20-some years ago, and they took it off my paycheck, and they said, United Way, you're paying this 2%, and they took it, and I had no choice. So either I worked there or I didn't work there.
But I'm saying
And
based
this
on,
is the same thing. I agree.
like, I have a problem with that.
I don't like that
It's a
either.
donation, then we come to conclusion, we give what we want, just don't say this is what we want from you. Like
I
you say,
think that-
other groups come in and.
I think maybe we can look at, you know, maybe try and number groups or something, and maybe we can do some kind of a fundraiser for them. I think, you know, and I know it's more work, and it's more work for everybody, but you know what?
It's an
It could-
option, people can choose to do it or not.
Yeah, and you know what? It could raise more than $2,000 if you do it right. So that's my feeling on it. I just think that if we give it to them, then the next, you know, who's next, right?
Yeah.
well, there
Agree
is
with that.
some small groups out there.
Yeah.
So we want to put it to a vote?
Some-
I motion to decline.
Sorry,
That's what I said.
you're gonna make a motion to?
I motion to decline,
Okay, yep, gotcha.
Oh, your worship, decline what? Sorry.
yeah, sorry, decline this way of donating
Not provide the
or
funds.
request, yeah, not provide the funds, is that better?
You could say to, your worship, through the council, Perry, motion to, decline STAR's request for support dated December 23, 2025.
Correct.
What she said, no, I'm just kidding.
All in favor?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's, you know, and maybe, I don't know, we'll put it in the motion, but when you're declining there, Donna, maybe you can say that we may look at some of our service groups and maybe they can talk with them and maybe we can do some fundraising.
Your worship, for sure, I think with the connections, I can ramp up my connections a little bit, we may be able to get them to do a bit of a PR and land out here and do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, exactly. You know what, our garbage people wanted to donate some money, maybe get them donated to STARS on behalf of the town of Thorsby.
Yeah.
You know, there's the thing, they said they were gonna do some charity things, so.
If I may have latitude to, consider some thoughts on this matter.
Yeah, I know, I'd love to give some money, but if I'm a taxpayer too, and I just don't think it's right, so.
I mean, but also, could we, our May long weekend event, whatever,
We could do that too.
couldn't we have donation boxes?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, people last year were saying, oh, this is put on for free, it's so great. Are you collecting anything for any charity? No, but maybe we could look at that.
I would put a donation box at the
Okay.
meeting and stuff.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you for your comment.
Okay, updates we're gonna do the updates we're gonna do the.
Budget.
Look at her, she's all excited.
All right, go ahead. Okay,
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
Mr. Mayor.
Please.
So, at the committee of the whole meeting on December 9th, 2025, council directed administration to revise the budget to include option B of the new road program along with the looping in the 2026 budget year. The result is a debenture of $1 million, which is to be amortized over 20 years, and I just used the approximate life of the road. The final cash requirement over current revenues to cover the cash outlays in 2026 is $5,876, which results in a 0.34% tax increase before adjusting for assessment. There was also a discussion regarding a fire pit for Taylor Park, and after further investigation by administration, the fire pit cannot be placed on concrete, so administration is looking into other options or locations.
Right, and I would like to say that, that I will withdraw that thing for there. I mean, that's exactly right. It says it right in there, and gonna have to figure something else. Whoever's gonna look after the park, if they do an MOU, they can do it at a later date, but,
Are we open for discussion on that?
yes, we are.
This is the fire pit we're talking about right now?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to
My
clarify.
opinion is we shouldn't even bother with the fire pit there.
Yeah.
And my logic behind that is, you gotta get a proper base, and I think we've more or less done our research on that. And, two, have the fire pit out there, who's gonna actually maintain it, look after it? Three, you got kids and stuff, somebody lights a fire, then the fire department has to get involved into it. So we're kinda looking at more of a hazard. So I would suggest that we withdraw that, take that out there on a hazard basis.
And I will also add in that, Dawn and I were at the fire hall here, and we presented a little basket for them, and we talked to them, and they made it very, very nicely to us that, what we did, we got away with it, but it's not gonna happen again.
Yeah,
And
100%.
And so I think, we're gonna have a little meeting afterwards, and maybe we can discuss something. Are we still having that meeting afterwards? Is Barry coming?
I thought it was in January.
January 13th.
Oh, is it January? Oh,
Yes, sir.
yeah. All right. Well, maybe we can discuss it at that time, but
Agreed.
see you, Donna?
Just to clarify too, administration is not in favor of doing anything with that fire pit in Taylor Park. For, the reasons for Council Reynolds, as well as, it's just not safe. But we would like discussion, maybe not discussion tonight, but, I think the Lions Club at the campground is a better place for it. And, people are used to fires down there and so forth, except, when it's dry. But, we can't afford to have a fire in the center of town, or even the start of one, the thought of one. because in the summer, people will do crazy things. We were all young once, and we all did goofball things, so administration is not in favor of this fire pit going anywhere but the Lions.
And I think, that's exactly right, like, we'll, somewhere during the course of the year, there may be some other options come up, and we can discuss it at that time, but at this time, we'll just not allocate any, no money towards it or anything, we'll just leave it right out, and we'll discuss it as it comes up during the summer.
Well, the Lions have a fire pit out there, a few fire pits.
Yeah, they have
out there.
one.
So I get the idea of Christmas in the city, or whatever you wanna call it. Like, we could actually have this out at the Lions campground.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We could have had it out there.
Yeah.
And we don't know.
If they close the line, I mean, there's other options, yes.
Yeah, but I'm
Agreed,
saying,
yeah.
but as the option.
Correct.
You got more space out there, there's better parking, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and, we're going to have to deal with, Taylor Park later sometime this year anyhow, because the Chamber of Commerce is, unless somebody else steps in there and takes it, but right now, we will be the custodians of the Taylor Park to default.
We are.
That's just the way it's gonna be, and, that means looking after Thor or whoever else is in there. So the less we have in there is probably better for us, because otherwise, we're gonna be the custodians of it, so.
But at a later date, we can talk about where the fire ring goes, and if it lands down at the Lions Park, so be it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's,
It's a 0% issue in the budget.
No, perfect. Well, there you go.
who currently owns that fire ring? That everybody keeps talking about.
Town, chamber technically.
Was it the chamber? Did the chamber buy it? I thought it was there before the chamber took the park over.
No, it was part of the chamber building, Taylor Park.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was in their
So if
budget.
they're shut down, technically everything that's there belongs to the town.
No.
It either has to go to the town or a nonprofit, including your bank account.
So when it goes to the town, we could actually donate it to the Lions, if need be,
Yeah,
or sell it to the Lions.
it'll be our decision, we can do whatever we want, yeah, correct.
And where is that currently? Where is that currently?
That we're currently at
It's
risk.
good. I haven't seen it myself, I don't even know what it looks like. but-
I just wondering where it was.
Your worship, the chamber has to provide their disposition, through a letter as to where their assets are going and so forth, and by the end of the year.
Okay.
We'll be sending them a reminder to that disposition of assets.
Okay.
And cash, and bank accounts. Their choice what they wanna do, but they either have to go to the town or another nonprofit.
By the end of next year,
This year,
so 2025.
that is correct.
Have you sent them all that?
I will tomorrow, I haven't even had time hardly to breathe, but that's on my list of things to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was waiting for council comment. That can happen, well, I got a full day.
But they haven't dissolved yet, have they? Like, has she done anything to dissolve it? I don't think so.
I don't know, and we're gonna have to do something pretty soon, because they've indicated through letters, your worship, through the Councilor Carey, that they are done. They're
Right.
done at the end of October. So the disposition letter of dissolution should have happened already, so I'll be reminding them of that.
So right now, who's shoveling the snow and all that?
We are,
We are,
yes, sir.
that's what I thought.
We're blowing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've indicated, your worship, through the council, that if Communities in Bloom wants to look after their flowers and all, we have no objection to that. It's not a problem. If they want to plant something else in there, that's not an objection to us either. So, but we are shoveling and doing what we need to do to keep it safe. Although when there's a lot of snow like this, we're not blowing it off in there, to keep everybody out.
Was a letter ever sent to them to replace the streets?
They don't have to replace the screens, your worship, through the councilor. Kevin, I know where they are, we just haven't had a chance. They took them off and put them in the drugstore
Yeah, we
about a
have,
year ago.
and they're all in good
So we're
order.
gonna basically, we're gonna be responsible for putting them back.
If that's what we choose to do.
Oh, we're going to.
Are we?
With all due
Okay.
respect. They never should have come off, your worship, through the councilor Carey. It was, I would have appreciated if you're looking at a crime prevention issue. and Discussion through.
Agreed,
Through me.
100%, I agree.
Yeah, because there's people in there now that are sleeping in there.
It's still
and walking
happening.
down,
Yeah, I agree
it's
with
still
you.
happening.
Yeah,
So-
100%.
And the problem is that, for me, council, was that, Art Squad's donated that building, and you kind of disrespected it. I don't want to put the screens in now till spring,
Yeah,
because of the cold and everything, but they will be going back in the spring. And I think in the future, if I'd have known they were gonna take them out, it would have been nice to have a conversation with the chamber saying, okay, what are your worries about crime prevention?
There was no conversation. It was just, there was no conversation.
Yeah, I figured that, Councillor Carey, thank you, I suspected that.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. When you look at crime prevention through environmental design, which I'm trained in, you look at your sight lines, you look at how high the windows are, how high the screens are the screens a nuisance? Can people look in? And I'd heard, and I cannot corroborate that the drugstore employees felt unsafe at night. They couldn't see who's in there, but even with the screens up, you can't see who's in there. So, and it's devoid of shrubbery around the outside, which is awesome. And so the screens did not make any kind of security risk as far as SEPTED procedures are. So we'll be putting them back in the spring.
Gotcha, okay. And do we want to wait for said letter?
The defaultion letter.
Well, it's December 23rd, and I don't think we're going to get anything by December 31st at this point, in my opinion.
Your worship, through to Councillor Carey, that's fine, but we will send it before the 30th.
Agreed, 100%. I'm not sure on
I would agree.
what I should say.
So if we send it prior to that, we're gonna have a deadline put on it for the letter from them in response?
End of the year.
So January
December
1st,
31st.
December 31st?
Yeah, they've had since October to disperse with their assets, and,
I do know where some of those have gone, but I don't know what I can speak to here versus that it's, I feel awkward.
I would suggest, your worship, and please provide me guidance, I would say, Councillor Carey, that you just stick with the letter.
Sounds good.
That's a Societies Act, so just stick with the flavor of the letter and you'll be just fine.
I have a feeling I might be asked to respond to it as well.
Yeah,
But I'll do it in writing if we have to, so.
Well, actually, no, are you, I've got to remember here, your worship, through the Councillor Carey, you're still on chamber, you're the chamber liaison from us? No, you're still on the chamber?
I
Yes, you
didn't
don't
think the
even
chamber
know.
existed to still be on, so.
I know, I agree.
If that's the case, my position is to step down as vice president,
That is correct.
because I'm not prepared to do both.
No,
Be on council and be on the chamber.
no, if, your worship, through the Councillor Carey, if you were a liaison appointed by council,
That's different.
it's different, your flavor would be to support the letter and say they have to get things done before the end of the year. So I would suggest, in a colloquial manner, your Switzerland.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you for that.
Can I have your worship, may I request a resolution, that administration, provides some direction to the chamber as to their dissolution and disposal of assets, please?
You for me, yeah.
I will make that motion. Jesse, you've got all
Would
that.
you like to say it out loud? Your exact wording?
All in favor?
Oh, no.
No, just
you
say-
said
Whatever
now.
you're- I thought you were finished.
No, because she
And
needs
Jesse.
to make a motion to direct the chamber to a resolution.
Direct
Administration to direct a letter to the chamber
Regarding their dissolution.
for their dissolution and a letter of what,
Dispersal of assets,
their dispersal of assets.
As of,
December 31st.
I would put a date,
No, as of December 31st.
Okay, Don?
It's a good habit to start building.
Yes.
You don't have to start changing.
All right, the motion is then made. All in favor? Carried.
Thank you, council, for your consideration, thank you.
All right, moving on there.
Yeah,
Moving on. Back to you. So,
So the only other thing, that, just because of the discussion earlier tonight, was if you guys want to up the budget for conditional local grants and agencies, so that little pot that we give to people. So if we were to up it $1,000 to $3,500, that takes our increase from 0.34 to 0.40. And I really do believe that once assessments come in, this will go down to 0.
okay.
So if you want to add 1,000 to that little pot,
We could do that.
you
What do you
can
think?
do that, Audrey.
Thank you.
I won't.
What's the feeling? Everybody okay with that?
I oppose.
Okay, anybody else? You can just leave it as it is.
I oppose, I'd like to leave it as is, because there's a few things that, I've looked over the budget, there's a few things that haven't been talked about, so I think we have a couple of surprises, not major, but This is gonna be a tight one, Mayor Darrell.
Yeah,
This next 4 years for what you wanna accomplish, what we wanna accomplish, it's gonna be a tight one. And I would sooner not put anything else onto our plates or give anything more away and try and keep a reserve there of some kind. Because I think, like, we've got a few other things that are cropping up here.
Such as?
Well, we'll get into it when we start discussing the budget
Well,
again.
the budget,
It's not supposed to be discussed tonight.
was not supposed to be discussed tonight. We've had 2 meetings to discuss the budget, and we were just supposed to pass it tonight. But if you want to discuss it, that's up to the
Make
mayor.
us stay here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, until we pass this budget.
Like, what, you have things you wanna talk about the budget?
There's a couple of comments I'd like to make regarding
You
the
make
budget.
the comments, but we had, everybody was supposed to get back to them and tell them what they were. Nobody talked to you about anything? Okay, well, I mean, go ahead, if you've got comments, now's the time to make them.
Well, okay, two, I want to split the budget up when I'm talking about it, because we're talking about the road involved in the budget as well, correct? Okay.
You wanna finish that first, you mean, before you say your stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so do we wanna go back to that then?
What do you
Like,
want?
we're talking budget here, and then we've got the road.
No, but the road is in the budget.
I know, and
Yeah.
I'm saying I would like to try and separate that, if at all.
Wrap that up before we go on to his.
Wrap up
She
the
did
road.
that,
Didn't we not wrap up the road last meeting?
and we're just supposed to pass it.
We're picking an A or a B still.
No, we picked a B at the last meeting.
Yeah.
The direction to council administration was to put option B
Correct.
with the looping into the budget,
Which we did.
which we
The
did.
decision was.
And come back with a
So it's in there right
value
now.
of what the increase would be, which was the
Yeah.
0.34,
Right,
correct? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so then, in regards to my following statements here, minus the road, I have no issues regarding the road, okay, with option B, okay? What I'm having a hard time here is, and I don't wanna start a war, and I don't mean no disrespect to anybody here, okay? But in the last year, and coming to the meetings, it's basically, we have no money, we have no money, we have no money.
Right.
I get that, okay? So then, hypothetically, and it's in the new budget, all of a sudden, now we have cropped up a bill for $90,000 for a computer system that we have, that we need. I agree, saying, hey.
No, there's more information on
I
it.
agree that we
Right now.
need that system. But in the prior year, that's all I've heard is we have no money, we have no money, we have no money. So in the new budget, all of a sudden, now we've come up with about $100,000, let's just say, as a rough number.
Yeah, but those are capital,
Right, so I agree with that.
it's not operating, it's capital.
Exactly. So I have no issues with that. It's just when it comes to, we don't have, and all of a sudden, got $100,000, we need it. And we need it for the office, and we need it for the town to be able to run properly.
Yeah.
It's just, where I'm coming from is, we don't have, and now we have.
Are there any other issues besides the computer that you had in mind?
No, it was more on the computer, and it isn't about the computer program, okay? It's basically, we're sitting there for a year, we don't have money, we have projects, we have this to complete, we want to do this, and this. And then, in the last 3 months, we need this new computer system. I agree with the new computer system. I'm not.
Do you understand why we need the computer system?
I'm not debating that,
Okay.
100%, I'm not debating that.
And that-
It's just, we don't have
Can I
for
just
the
say-
small things, but now all of a
This is
sudden, we got
important.
a big thing, and now we got the money for it. So that's kind of where my concern
But
is.
Kevin, from what I understand from Cindy, we've known we've needed this new computer system. We had a debenture or something that was
Well,
paid,
not the debenture, but
Well-
there's other things that we don't have to spend money on this year.
so we can able to get, yes, we still don't have any money.
And reserves, it's coming out of
Yeah,
reserves.
we're moving stuff around too.
And I understand all of that, I get all of that. My point being is, I'm personally having a hard time regarding the
Well,
money.
for one thing,
We don't have.
We still don't have.
Kevin, for one thing, we've held the line for 4 years.
okay?
we've shown up,
So you're
gone.
missing my point, Darrell.
I know.
We got people in the town that are whining, bitching, complaining, saying their 2
Wow.
cents, whatever they have to say, and they don't realize this all costs money.
Yeah.
But it's all a projection, and what year should we be projecting for?
I mean, you know, there's
program?
things that, you know, taxpayers, one thing I heard.
I get it, I understand it, like when Cindy explained it first, you know, and I kind of took offense to it because I said, no, no, no. And then you look at, okay, let's put it off till next year. Her numbers come back in my head, okay, well, it's gonna cost you another $15,000-$20,000 if we leave it till next year. So that's $15,000-$20,000. I personally say as a councilman sitting here, yes, that's a smart move. Because then you have that $15,000-$20,000. If you have it, you can put it to somewhere else instead of chipping away at something else to make it work.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just good business.
But I think.
So I have no issues with that, okay? I'm just, my point, and I think you're all missing what I'm trying to say is, all of a sudden, boom, we got a big bill where we gotta put it towards something.
But I do think that one of the things that's missing out of this particular conversation is that we didn't have, but now we don't have this bill that we're paying, right? So that's making up a
Well,
big.
that bill's moving to another.
The road bill's gonna basically take its place.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I thought about that as well,
Yeah.
because I'm just going, whoa, sit back, and I'm going, no, okay, this is gonna be paid off, yes.
Yeah.
But then we still technically have that bill, but that's going to the road.
I think, you know, once you see the auditors and you listen to the auditor's report, you may not say what you're saying, because we've improved our financial picture dramatically every year, and this year is gonna be the best year. Like first year when we took off, I believe we had about a $400,000 deficit. Very
I
first year.
believe the phone was almost ready to be cut
And
off.
it's increased every year because of, you know, what we've done and holding the line. And this item here with, you know, with the software and all that, I heard through many people, and I still hear it every day, when are we gonna get our e-billing from our water bills? When are we gonna, we can't do it with the system we have.
I'm not disputing it.
Okay, then what are you disputing?
I'm not disputing it at all.
You're just making a point.
I'm trying to make my point and
Oh, yeah,
saying,
no,
we don't have.
Okay,
I understand why we don't have. I understand that,
okay.
okay?
We need
It's
to
just-
change how we are responding to requests from, we don't have to, we are making headway and working in important projects and changes based on the headway we're financially making.
Okay, thanks. You made your point. Now, go ahead.
Yes, Councillor Carey, I agree with that. I think where you were hearing we don't have money is we don't have money for things that aren't required, like banners on Main Street or, you know,
Battery.
more flowers,
Yes.
hanging baskets, like those things we don't have the money for. But we have like all these reserves, unrestricted reserves that we've accumulated over the last 4 years that we've been here.
Yep.
And that's what I'm using to pay for it. I'm not finding new dollars, I'm using money that's been saved because we held the line. We said no to a lot of things. Because we knew all this stuff was coming, like we had to do all these things. So now we're doing it, and right now, if I sign this contract tomorrow, we're not getting our software till 2027, because that's how many people are in line ahead of us to get it, because the whole world needs to convert their software right now. Because this stuff is, so if we wait any longer for software, we're gonna be at the end of this life, and we're gonna be hooped, for lack of a better term.
So the program is as significant as a grader.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We can't operate without it, and a month ago, when we started budget, they were telling me, we would start in March, and we would have it by June. Now they're telling me, last week when I talked to him, we're starting in December, and we won't have it till March of '27.
I agree.
So that's how fast it's backing up, because everybody needs it.
Well, everybody has to
If we wait
change.
another year, that's another 20
It's
grand.
mandated by the government, and,
Well, it's not mandated, but
well,
the
it is,
EP is ending its life.
correct.
So we need to switch
Not
software.
mandated, I'm sorry, that
Yeah,
was.
it's,
It would have to be
software's ending.
Microsoft
Yeah.
If not,
is
we're not
changing.
gonna get any.
Okay,
If not, I can't.
well, anyhow, you've made your point,
We
Kevin.
have no cash.
I agree that we need to change our
I
wording.
think you missed the point.
No, Kevin, I get your point. It's, yes, we held the line up. We don't have money, we don't have money, we don't have money. We still don't have any money. We still have to be fiscal responsible.
Yeah.
We have work that needs to be done,
Okay,
and that's what it is. We still don't have any excess of money to work with.
I think the better thing to say is we are prioritizing the money that we're taking in taxes in order to better the town.
Yeah.
Long-term, and people will see that roll out in the future. Because I also understand that from an average taxpayer's brain, I'm paying this much a year, and you're saying you have no money. I think what it needs to be said is, we as a council and administration have prioritized it perhaps differently than you might. Stay tuned, you know, that kind of thing, because there's lots of changes they're gonna see in the next
Yeah.
6 months to a year.
if you see it on,
I would say to support all of you, what you're saying tonight is that, this town has never prioritized anything.
No.
Fair.
And not to run Little Thorsby down, but it's the truth. That's why it was almost dead in the water 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And so to agree with all of you, I'll say it that way, when we first got here, we didn't have any money. You had nothing. You were in the soup. And so now we have a priority budget because we're watching our pennies and we are prioritizing what we need to agree with what you're saying, Councillor Carey. To support what you're saying, Councillor Kevin, we have said that over the last 3 years because we had to say that.
So that's what it was, yeah.
And so now we're in a process of stabilization, and we can say now, because you're having a strat plan coming in February, and it's gonna be a tight strat plan, you'll be participating in it, but we have to still stay tight to our strat plan. So, none of you are wrong. None of you are wrong, because we had to scare the heck out of people when we first got here and say, you're broke, you're done, it's over, you're dead, because you weren't. So, in order to keep things under control, that's what we said, was we have no money. So, I'm supporting you in that, Councillor Reynolds. I'm supporting Councillor Carey in saying now, our money is now, in reserves, it's in certain priority spending, and to support our CFO is to say that, she has prioritized, and helped you prioritize a lot of things that make sense, and that need to, and taken things off the books that you can't afford. So, if you look at, and people may say, why are you getting this so-called software? Well, it's infrastructure. We're used to a grader that's infrastructure. We have software that's an infrastructure, and when
Garbage systems, same
Yeah,
thing, right? We had no
100%.
option, it was gonna happen eventually anyway.
That's right, and in municipalities, everybody forgets about the corporate infrastructure. We're thinking of what's underneath, and of course, we had a huge deficit, and we still do with that too. But, switching our communication parameters at this point, we certainly can, as long as we're all still singing on the same song sheet. And what I want you to consider as council is when we go to our strategic plan, we consider that message as one of our strategic initiatives, because I'm only gonna recommend that you have 3 or 4 strategic initiatives, that's it. And if I may say, you can't afford any more.
Fair.
We have no money.
We have no money, we have no money.
I'll just say
so,
too.
sorry, Wendy, this is just really for the council here, you'll have time at the end there, yeah?
We went from, in 2021, after that year, the year of terror, our unrestricted reserves were $501,000.
Correct.
At the end of 2024, our unrestricted reserves were $935,000. So that's how much we have towed the line here to save for things that come up unexpectedly, like end of software, because I mean, that was announced earlier this year. So, like, because you have to save, so that when things like this come up, it doesn't cost the taxpayer.
We don't have to increase the taxes.
We don't have to increase the taxes. So we're doing all of this work this year, really, and we are having pretty much a 0% tax increase when Leduc is at 3.8. I'm not sure what Calmar passed. Monday.
Yeah, I don't know.
I heard it was gonna be around 4, but I don't know.
The county of Leduc, who put 0 before, they're up to 3%.
Yeah, and we're gonna be at 0.
Okay,
That hasn't happened for a long time.
yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys are defending.
Yeah.
Don't defend, okay? Please, don't defend. I'm agreeing with you. You need this stuff.
Oh, I totally didn't take it as.
But in the last 15 minutes, it's like, well, I gotta defend this, I gotta defend this. You don't have to defend, okay?
I'm not defending, I'm just
But
giving
I'm
you,
saying,
I'm just justifying,
I'm
giving
saying
you facts.
to me, it's sounding like you're defending it.
Well, it
Don't
sounds like you're
defend it, it's in the
criticizing.
budget.
It sounds like you're criticizing us too, so.
No, I'm telling you what I feel, okay? And I'm entitled to do that because that's my opinion.
I cringe at the idea that it will take till 2027 to be implemented, so
Oh,
yeah,
that's,
the sooner
when
the
I
better.
heard that, I thought, oh, no.
A year and a half.
Anyhow, the time, I appreciate everybody's points on this, but let's get back to the budget here.
Yeah, yeah.
We've had time to talk it, you guys have made your points and all this, so, I think it's the time now just to pass it and get on with it. There's nothing else you want to bring up?
3,500, do you guys wanna, like, up that budget?
I would move up to the 3,500, that it's a small fraction of an increase.
Well, she said it's probably not going to be very much.
And, yeah, after the assessment, it can likely come back down.
So, I'm sorry, your motion is?
I made the motion to make the increase of that
To the
fraction of the,
conditional local
I don't know
government
the
and agency
percentage.
grant.
From 2,500 to
To
3,500.
3,500, yes.
Okay, so we have a motion, all in favor? Opposed?
I'm kind of in the middle, so.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, that's
Gary,
good.
we should leave it where it is.
Okay, so,
it's-
who is in favor, sorry, just so Jesse can record.
No, I'm not opposed or in favor, I'm a little.
You
You
have
have to vote one way or the other.
Sure.
Okay.
And your worship, point of order, the reason we're asking is not a recorded vote, because it wasn't asked for before, we just want to see a show of
Yeah.
hands.
No, that's fine.
Properly.
And opposed?
Opposed.
Yeah. Okay, so.
So that being said, that brings the increase, so the total cash requirement is $6,876, or at current assessed values, a 0.4%.
And that may change.
That will definitely change.
Okay. So, without further ado, can Guy get a motion to pass the 2026 interim operating budget with a 0.4 tax increase?
I make the motion to support the motion of the 0.4 tax increase.
Thank you. All in favor? That is carried. The second motion, administration, resolution to pass the 2026 interim capital budget.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, all in favor? That is carried. Thank you, guys. I think it's, given I agree with you, it's a tough budget, but I think, we're doing something. The road is gonna be incredible. We get that done. There's gonna be,
It's
I
moving.
wish we could do them all in town, but we can't.
I think people are gonna be very pleased seeing the
Yeah,
progress
I hope
with the
so.
0.4%
There's
increase.
a lot of places that don't have anything.
Zero sounded nice, but.
Well, and I honestly believe with assessments, projected going as much as they are, this will come down to 0, and then there will be money put into reserve.
Yeah.
But, so their taxes will go up, and I mean, we'll talk about this next, but the policing is gonna go up. So they'll see an increase in policing.
Everybody should have heard that on TV.
Yeah, so that's gonna go up, and that's just, we pass that through, that's what we do here. And then for sure, if assessments go up, their taxes will go up, but we'll make sure that we,
Well, I think we really have to let them know
Explain
that, and we really have to let them know about the school tax, because a lot of people, when I campaigned, their taxes went up 12%. Well, I said that's impossible, because our rate was only 2.35. But what happened is that school tax went up to, what was it, 8%, 9%?
oh, it was a lot.
Yeah.
And that's out of our control. All we're doing is collecting
It
that.
is separate on their tax notice.
So that's how a
They
lot
don't
of these people
understand that
come up
that's
with
not
those
us.
numbers.
Okay.
So that's-
But there
that
is a
brings us
monthly
back to
summary.
my point where little things creep in, and then it starts
Right.
creeping
So
up.
I think, you know, we, when we send it out this year, we send a little bulletin with it and we explain all that stuff, so. See what Donnie, you think?
I think so, your worship, through the council, and I think we have to define the mill rate versus the tax rate.
Yes.
We don't understand that.
Correct.
That we have
Absolutely.
absolutely
It
no
is-
control over assessments.
I mean, I got thrown out of one place, and,
Yeah.
and the person wouldn't listen, because he didn't know, and he told me that I was, you know,
Yeah, full of it.
yeah, full of them.
Mhm. Exactly, and they have to understand we collect for the province. There's a movement afoot under the AUMA
I know
right
that.
now that we shouldn't have to collect for the province, collect your own.
I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, but,
No, it won't.
government's not gonna pass that one on.
No.
Down on that.
We will, CFO Cindy and I'll create the communication and we'll bring it to council, we'll put it out in early January.
Well, thank you very much for the budget. You people should be proud that, that was a lot of work, and, ladies Cindy did a lot of work in there, and, I applaud you for the forward thinking about this. You know, this, Microsoft is not a nice thing, but I mean, we're passing it down, we still gotta wait for 2027, so, thank you. All right, moving on to, 8.6, email from Honorable, there we go, more money,
8.5, your worship.
8.5.
Yes, sir.
Changes to Alberta Policing
Yes.
funding model.
Email from Honorable Mike Ellis regarding the public, with the police funding model. See, Donnie, you wanna
Your worship.
give us the bad news, we knew it was coming anyhow, so.
Well, the interesting thing is, I got some more bulletins today, and of course, what has been told on the news, yes, it's increasing and so on and so forth. But I sent a message tonight to the president of AUMA, who is a councillor with the city of Grand Prairie.
Yep.
And what they want to do is, some of this money, which we know, is going to be funding the new sheriff's provincial police service, which I will remain very professional and say it is an error. The sheriffs are trained for traffic interdiction. They're trained to get the drugs off the highways. They're trained in that. They are not trained in policing, and that is not disparaging any sheriff that is currently in uniform. They also look after the court systems. The issue with this is that now they want to divert some of this increase to give it to FCSS. And the reason they want to give it to FCSS is to help them. FCSS looks after more social and wellness problems, and it takes the police out of it, and it's a little less expensive. So if I may, your worship, give you some background. I spent 10 years with the Calgary Police Service. We pioneered victim services in Calgary. We also pioneered social workers. I had 5 of them working for me that were PhD, master's degrees in various different disciplines. So we pioneered them, going out to calls that the police called them for. And in Calgary, we had just about 55 or 60,000 calls for service, just our unit, and I had quite a few staff, et cetera. They never went out unless the scene was safe, unless it was diffused, and they went out to lots of things. But it had to be safe, it had to be diffused, it had to be under control. Otherwise, they were not called out. They were called out at times with the guys and gals at the scene. They stayed in their vehicles, got called in by police radio, or the victims were brought up to them, et cetera. And we learned the hard way a few times when they were transporting, and we pioneered a lot of wrong things, we learned, where they had transported domestic, put the wife in the back of the car, because we had unmarked police cars, put her in the back of the car, which is fine, it's the right thing to do. But halfway through on the Deerfoot, she wanted to get back to her husband and choked one of the social workers out. And fortunately, the social worker was able to get to the side of the road and hit the police radio and call for help. So to divert money to FCSS is not of my recommendation. Where it needs to be diverted is to those municipalities that have community peace officer programs. We get absolute, I'm animated here tonight because this is really, to me, it's very serious. We have peace officer programs. A lot of municipalities are authorized employers. I know this, it's my background, it's what our company does, but that has nothing to do with tonight. They're authorized employers. We are also working for contracting to an authorized employer called CalMAR, and we have peace officer services here. The peace officers, I've been to their training, I've been to their graduations, are trained in community-based policing. They are trained, yes, they have to do unsightlies and a whole bunch of other stuff that police will not do. But a lot of their work is fairly intense, quite frankly, and it's going to get more intense this year as we start to do other things in town here. We get absolutely no credit. None of the municipalities do on this policing funding model for peace officers, and we should, because the police don't do anything. If there's a peace officer team here, they do very little in a town. Fair enough. I wrote the president of the AUMA this afternoon, as a matter of fact, and I said I would like to have a discussion with him, simply because they're advocating for the wrong stuff. I said, I don't want you advocating for social workers. I mean, Edmonton and Calgary used them for years, and it's a very strict call-out. We want the rural municipalities for sure, and the First Nations that have peace officer programs. We need direct credit for that, in my opinion. In other words, to reduce our policing costs. And in that effect, we could probably hire another peace officer here because we need one. We need 3 in this region. There's no question right now. So we'll see what the new president wants to do. I've invited him to have a conversation with me. I've invited him to rethink his request to the provincial government, and I've requested him to actually talk to people who've been doing this. You can't compare Edmonton and Calgary to rural areas.
No.
You cannot, because in order to get a social worker out, I mean, Brandy and I have been requested to do a I was going to say domestic service, that's not what it is, I would never do that anyway, a welfare check on someone fairly close to here on Saturday. Well, I can guarantee you, until I have more information at my disposal, because I'm used to this, it's not going to happen. We will go with the Mounties. Because you don't know what's behind that door, neither did the RCMP. So just that little request right there tells me that there's not an understanding of how this works. And it's really easy in Edmonton and Calgary to ride around because you've got police like that. Boom, 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 you can have 5 squad cars in 30 seconds. Here, you could be an hour because the guys and gals could be at the lake. So I just, and I apologize for my animation, but I am fed up with A, peace officers not getting the recognition in these small rural communities. They do a lot of hard work. And B, thinking that a social worker is going to solve everything. They are the afterthought or the frontline thought if the situation is appropriate. And for the AUMA to endorse without talking to people who have been in the business about endorsing social workers and taking some of our policing money and sticking it into FCSS, that is not FCS's mandate. They're under an act that seriously directs them to do interventive and interdictive programs. So I'm just letting council know I wrote a very nice letter inviting a discussion.
Well, it's amazing that, in 2018, we weren't paying anything. And now, every year, it's just going up, and it's, now we're 22% of that, that's gonna have to 30%.
Yeah.
Well, and your worship, part of the problem is too, is that, A, we're paying for that new police service. They haven't said that. And I'm on record here, I know I'm on tape here, I'm confident of that. But B, they're trying to recruit, there are 1,500 RCMP members in Alberta alone. Sure, they can't recruit. And the Edmonton, and the Grand Prairie Police Service, they figured they were going to have 500 members by this December. We were all kind of, I won't say laughing, but we were not buying that. Because most of the Grand Prairie Police Service members are retired Mounties or former RCMP, which is fine. But you're not going to get 500 people. Especially when you got First Nations that are looking for self-administered police services, and they're looking for police, and they will be once they're approved. You got municipalities looking for peace officers who always graduate to policing, which is fine. They should be allowed to do that. So we've got a deficit here, and if I was in charge in the Premier's office, I'd be saying to the RCMP, you have a deficit. Why? We're contracting you to have a deficit. Unacceptable. Unacceptable contract. So what are you doing? But we don't operate that. We have a 35-year contract with them yet. So I want to advise council that I'm advocating for a reduction in this for rural municipalities with peace officer programs, because right now we're funding we're funding things that, Thorsby's paying the bill. And granted, we have a very good staff sergeant here, she's amazing, and a lot of the corporal and everybody's very good. But they're in the county all the time, they can't help it. They can't help it. So they rely on the peace officers here. Okay, that's fine. If that's the model, then we want,
we want our own guy here.
well, or we want,
CPO.
well, we want a reduction in this so we can get another guy here. And I think at the RMA convention coming up this year, I think I would recommend to council to think about sponsoring a resolution to that effect on this matter.
I agree. I mean, there's so much misfacts in here, and some of the statements, I mean, I don't believe the statement at all. They said the increase is due to contracted salary adjustments and inflation. The RCMP, their wages are way below what the Edmonton Police and Calgary Police and the CPOs are gonna get. Right now, they're way under their wages.
Well, and it's interesting, Your Worship, when you say that, because in some cases, with the introduction of the Police Association for the RCMP,
Yep.
it helped them a bit. But when you think about how the RCMP, and I'm not talking about detachments, I'm talking about way up there, waste money. And our CPO units are equipped way better than an RCMP unit. We have better equipment, as we should. But my biggest thing is, I suspect, I won't say this definitively, but I suspect they're not telling us that they need some of this to fund this new provincial sheriff's police service.
Like I said, you could spend days going through this, and we did. From the first time, we sat in there and we sat in some of those meetings and we pointed out some things, and they didn't have answers for us.
No, they didn't.
And they still don't have
They
answers.
still do not, no. I've sat in meetings on other matters, not for the town of Thorsby, otherwise I'd have the mayor with me, just to clarify.
When you contract, accounting companies to do your model rolling and your research, I mean, what do they know about it?
That's right.
So would we get funding, you're saying for like the FCSS, so the sheriffs could have access to a social worker that they want to give money to back and forth? Well, all these small communities, FCSS, they're not social workers. They don't have, most of them do not have degrees in all the work and everything else. So we are getting shafted one way or the other on that.
Well, Your Worship, to Councillor Roger, you're very right. A lot of FCSS coordinators are program builders and so forth, which is fine.
Yes.
We're very lucky sitting here because we have a social worker and we have someone with my experience sitting here. But that's not the norm. And we can't make social workers out of FCSS because all the government has to do is read the act.
Yeah.
Just read the act. And then how are they going to fit that formula in? And who are we going to assign? And I can tell you from my perspective here as the CEO, I will assign nobody to these kinds of things unless I am 100% sure that it's A, in their mandate, and B, it's I'll say safe for lack of a better word. There's other words for the purpose of discussion. So I think our best lobbying perspective here is to switch them from FCSS to the CPOs, because you can't get funding for the CPOs. There's no grants, nothing available. Okay, that's fine. So we have CPOs in town 20 hours a week, and then let's get some funding here, because they've stopped a lot of stuff in this town already. We can't tell you who or what, but they've stopped a lot. So I think that's our lobby point. So, and I'll stand down, otherwise I have to be sedated.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, I mean, a lot of this is for discussion at a later date, and there's going to be lots of it. So at this time, we'll move on. I just want a motion to accept this update from the police funding model for information.
I'll motion to accept the police funding model as information.
Thank you. All in favor? That is carried.
Your Worship, with that point of order, one more motion, please, to accept that administration has written the president of AUMA to inquire about opportunity for funding reduction due to community peace officers being in the municipality.
Okay.
As written already, or as in going to write?
I wrote it this afternoon.
Not in the mail, you're good to go.
You're making that motion, Audrey?
I'll make that motion of what she said about the order too, that she's already done.
Thank you.
Support the letter.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need the last.
Good job. Okay.
The president of AB.
All right, okay.
Sorry for my tone, Your
where are we at? Okay, we are at 9.1, meeting procedure bylaw 2025-11, second and third readings. Do anybody have any more comment on that? We've hashed this one through before.
Administration has no changes, Your Worship.
Pardon me?
Administration has no changes, Your Worship.
Changes,
from the last.
okay. All right, so then if I could just get a motion for the second reading of bylaw 2025-11.
I'll move the meeting procedures bylaw 2025-11B.
Thank you, all in favor? Kevin, you're in favor?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what the heck I just agreed to, because I thought, we didn't have a code of conduct, or is this not the code of conduct one?
It's not,
This is not the code of conduct one.
No.
We talked about it at the last meeting, and it was the first
okay,
meeting.
and can I get a motion for the third and final reading of bylaw 2025 meeting procedures bylaw?
Almost.
Thank you, all in favor?
Third reading.
That is carried. Yeah, that, I don't know when that's ever gonna come that way. We have one actually, we didn't put that on there, did we, Georges?
Not yet, Your Worship. I haven't had a chance to make the recommended addition.
Okay,
But
so
I would
we'll
like to
put it
present
for the
it to
next
Kyle
one.
in January.
Yeah, so George Cuff has prepared one. It's more of an ethic thing, and he's sending it to, I believe, the AMA for their rubber stamping, and then we may accept that one. Yeah, so it's actually pretty good what you put in there.
It's reasonable. Your
Yeah.
Worship, if I may, the one that the province is gonna write,
Yeah,
unless you're gonna write a code of conduct bylaw, you have to be able to enforce it.
yeah, so he came up with this thing, and, I thought it was pretty good myself, so. Few little things.
It's a decorum,
Yeah.
for everybody. It's really quite nice.
And it's kinda nice that he shared it with us first.
Yeah. I'll, administration, with your permission, will introduce it in the January count.
Okay, thank you. All right, moving on to 11.1, variance report. Is the CFO Cindy?
Again. So for November, we are at 95.93% of revenue for the year, as compared to, we were at 101.77% last year. And expenses, we are only at 76.25% as compared to 79% last year, so we're doing much better, but I expect that number to go up quite a bit because we had some overtime and we had well, and the board debenture payments come out in December, the education comes out in December, so.
All right.
But we were doing it.
We're doing great.
Any,
Make it stop snowing.
any discussion?
Yeah.
Any questions from anybody? No? Motion to accept the variance report for information, please.
I make a motion to accept the variance report for information.
All in favor? Carried. Okay, 11.2, motion tracker, closing off 2025. Jesse, would you like to comment on that? You can.
Hold on, let me put it on my end so I can see a little bit better. I can see it there. All right. Thank you, Mayor Hoffman, through to council. So every quarter, and this is your guys' first quarter with this, we maintain a motion tracker and present it to you. We maintain it throughout the year, but we present it every quarter. What we do is we bring you essentially a motion to direct administration. I used to keep track of every motion when we started. It made the motion very, very long, and there was no point to doing it, but it was the first time we did it, and now we've narrowed it down. So you will only ever see us update motion to direct administration. So, as of the end of 2025, only 2 motions of direction to administration are left outstanding. That goes down to, I believe, just 1 after tonight, after some new information. So the first one was a motion to direct administration to work with Leduc County to come up with a more suitable methodology than using Staff Canada disseminated engineering. It's Corey's motion to develop the recreation proclamation for future divisions of said agreement. So what this refers to, because you guys obviously weren't on council when this happened, is every time we do the recreation cost share agreement, they have a set Staff Canada map, and correct me if I'm wrong, Donna, it's been quite a few months now we talked about it. They have a set map that determines what area of Leduc County Thorsby services through our recreation programming. So there was some discussion about whether we could come up with a different methodology with Leduc County to determine that information, but at this time, after conversations between administration and Leduc County, they've determined that the status quo method is sufficient. There's no real reason to change. It's not, I mean, it's not going to get any better or worse, depending, So we're closing this motion, or we would like this motion to be closed for the end of the year, and just mark that off. The second motion is motion to direct administration to proceed with additional applications for previously identified projects, including ICP, AMWWP, Water for Life Program, KMI, LRB, and RRP funding. This motion is outstanding. It just happened. You guys were there.
Yeah.
So, you know, it'll be ongoing as our MCC proceeds. It's probably never going to close properly until, I mean, like years that we're working on all these grants, right?
Grant has been submitted
Yeah.
for all those as of November 30th, but you're right,
By the time we get it, by the time it closes, by the time we report the funding back, so this might, it's just an ongoing process. The third one is motion to direct administration to explore option B with the looping to bring back costing on December 23rd for the final budget passage. This is really only, I couldn't close it because it didn't happen until right now.
But you can't close it now.
Yeah, I can close it now, so it will close as of tonight, because we did that.
Okay.
The last one was motion to direct administration to investigate the Ring Circle in Taylor Park, which closes as per Donna's information that she brought back. So really, there is only the one outstanding motion. Again, it's just ongoing process with the MCC. So as of the end of 2025, there is no real outstanding directions to administration. Now, anything made tonight at this meeting, there were some, will be included on your next quarter, so that would be March, your March regular meeting. I'll include anything from this last meeting, because I don't want to miss it. It's just, we're just closing out 2025 for the one that we have right now. So you will see in March, it'll include this meeting. I'm not missing that. Are there any other questions?
Are we looking to make a motion then to close off the one with Leduc County? Do we have to do something formal?
Would you like to motion? Okay. Yeah, let's do a formal motion. Yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
But what's the actual motion?
Well, I'll move that we formally close the outstanding,
Motion?
thank you.
Motion to direct.
Motion, thank you, yes. As
Motion
I
to
read
close
it.
the motion.
Yes, close the motion with Leduc County, formally.
All right, so then I just need one more motion to accept.
Did we all in favor of that?
Yes,
I did that.
We did it backwards.
Okay.
just a point of order, your worship, if I may, Councilor Tracy proposed, administrative amendment to you on that motion is, regarded as number 2505146.
All right, I was going to read that, actually. Thank you.
You're very welcome, right? Do you accept my proposal? for
I
administrative
accept
amendment?
that, thank you, CAO Donna.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So note the motion in the, the motion number in the motion.
Number 25-0446.
Just follow the administration processes, sorry, council. Don't want to make the problems mad.
All right, then, okay, motion to accept the tracker as information.
I make a motion to accept the tracker as information.
All in favor? And that is carried. Moving right along here. Proclamations, 11.3. See how Donna, you go, please go over them with us.
I guess, Your Worship, thank you, Your Worship, through the council. I guess this is a request. We have done these quarterly proclamations, which is fine. That was the last council's purview. And of course, the ones coming up now are the International Holocaust Remembrance Day, Black History Month, National Flag of Canada Day, Alberta Family Day, Human Trafficking Awareness Day, and Canadian Agricultural Safety Week, and that's for the next quarter. Does council want to continue with this practice?
No.
But I don't,
Excuse me.
yeah.
I'm thinking of my going here. Does council want to continue this, or would council wish to give us a list of really important ones? I should say really important, strike that, on the tape here, I'll strike that comment. I wish to make a listing of proclamations that impact and can be understood and can be celebrated by Thorsby. So, kind of two choices. One, we can come up with a list for passage in January of what you would like to see, or to simplify this, we can continue with this practice of noting all the proclamations as much as we can. And this is just a thought by administration, and I know Councillor Tracy will have some thoughts on this, which is okay. We're kind of feeling bad, I guess, I'll just simplify this, that we're putting all these proclamations out there, but we don't do anything with them.
Thank you, that's what I wanted to.
Yeah, like what,
And it's not a bad thing, I get it. Maybe we have, I've just heard a bunch of stuff on here for consideration for Kyle in January. But maybe we have two sets where we go through in 1 year all the different proclamations, and then the ones we pull out that we want to honor in Thorsby. Because really, if in our we're going to honor a proclamation, we should have some sort of thing in the paper, right?
Exactly.
So we now,
I'm not about to do that. Every time, I get a proclamation, there's hundreds and hundreds of proclamations. These are just the tip of it,
Yes.
right? Every day there's a proclamation about something.
Yeah.
Do I get a letter in every one? No.
No.
But do I get some letters? Yes.
That is correct.
so currently, this is where I'm confused.
Yep.
Proclamation is just on the Thorsby website, correct?
No, it's in our council package. It's basically this particular RFP comes with a motion that say we accept.
In your agenda.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's right.
So nobody else but council sees these?
No,
That's not true.
all the
Anybody can
rest
access
of us
these.
have access to your
We have
agenda.
access
If
to
they
it.
look at it.
Yes.
Right.
But okay, John, what is the point?
Thank you. You just said it.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
Like, what is the point?
Well, to give the last council some good kudos, they wanted a lot of different proclamations, some affect Thorsby, quite a few, Thorsby, and in following the tradition of most municipalities, that's what they do. And sometimes it's like that story, why do you cut the end off a roast? It's some kind of tradition, and really the pan is too small, right? So, a lot of these proclamations are very important, but we have quite a few of the same, only they're just different days. So I'm not looking for something tonight, I'll be honest with you. I'd like some consideration and maybe a motion to have administration come back to you with maybe a list of here they all are, here's what we're going to honor, we can go through it, we can check it out. We'll give Councillor Tracy's support or denial on this, we'll work with her, because I know it's important to Councillor Tracy. I'm not saying we quit it, I'm not saying we do that, but I would kind of like to honor some of this stuff in Thorsby, but we can't honor 150 proclamations.
You look at the calendar, every day there's something.
But where do we decide what is important to Thorsby? Because what might be one person's thought of important to Thorsby is not the other person's thought.
Yeah.
These proclamation days to me are just proclamation days.
Well, I'm sorry,
No, that's fine.
If we look, Canadian Agricultural Safety Week, that does pertain to us, big time, we're a farming community. Canada Day, National Flag of Canada, we're stuck with that one, right?
Yeah, we've stuck with it.
Proclaimed through the Parliament. Alberta Family Day, we're stuck with that one because it is a holiday, which is good, and that's not a bad sticking.
But Family Day is a holiday. I mean,
Yeah,
that one, like, okay, that's not a proclamation. It's a family day.
Mhm.
Everybody knows it's Family Day.
Mhm.
But I don't know, Human Trafficking Awareness Day. Does that pertain to Thorsby?
So,
Hell, yes, it
probably, I'm afraid so, and I'm saying I'm afraid.
Well, I know,
And there's more that are unwritten there.
I know, but it's like, where do you draw the line at these proclamations?
And so we're making a proclamation, but where do we proclaim the proclamation?
Yeah.
And that's the mystery.
Yeah.
And to me, it's useless that we're making proclamations.
Exactly.
For it not to be announced or shared anywhere, whether it's on a website or in the paper or on a piece of paper taped to the window. This is wasting our time, if that's a way of putting it.
You're right.
I motion that we move this to something that we consider, but discuss at a later date.
Thank you.
I honestly need to do some research because I didn't even know
Look at our past council packages.
yeah.
And we're amenable to.
I just skimmed it because I didn't understand why it was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe council, and I'm not asking for an addition to the motion, but maybe consider, if you come up with a list, how we can do something in town for it, maybe. Like if you think about, I'm just giving you an example, it's not sticking, but Alberta Family Day, we do a lot of family programming at the rec center.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I mean, it's not hard to put stuff on our website, proclaiming it, or making reference to, hey, it's Family Day.
I know we have to be careful, I know you got a motion, we won't, we'll get to it, but, I'm just gonna put it out here, like, okay, now you've got International Holocaust Remembrance Day. You know what's happening all over the world, you've got the Palestinians and the Jews, and they're fighting, so now you make a proclamation for one group, and the other group says, well, what are you doing? Why are you recognizing them? Like, we can get ourselves into a lot of hot water on some of these proclamations.
Yeah, and I
We
think that,
proclaim to approve
By way of
all
vote,
proclamations.
yeah,
Or not.
So,
so,
Just leave it.
anyhow,
we have a motion on that.
we have a motion, Carrie, you wanna repeat the motion?
I have a motion that we move this discussion to a later date in order for us all to give some thought and research to proclamations and what they mean and how to go about it going forward.
Point of order, can you specify, your worship through the council, Carrie, can you specify, could it be January cow, February cow?
February cow, please?
Sure, okay, that's up to you guys.
Okay.
And that list is where?
It's in every quarter in the council packages on the web. Just go to the calendar and click.
Okay, all in favor? That's carried. Opposed? We're good.
Oh, opposed February.
I don't
It's only 365 days a year, come on, like, I don't need a bloody holiday every day.
All right.
Okay. Where are we? We are on correspondence, fire level service 2025 grants response. And, say, Donna, you wanna tell what's happening there?
I can, we successfully stood the province down. Wow. The province was wanting us to do more training, wanted us to develop and maintain a level of service based on developing risk assessments that the province approved, but weren't giving us any funding. Wanted volunteer sustainability, increased training and operational demands, wanted liability and risk, establishing a level of service that could expose municipalities to liability if they're unable to meet the standard. In other words, NFPA 1104, I believe, indicates that before an engine leaves the station, you have to have 4 firefighters in it. 1104 or 1101, 01, I think. You have to have 4 firefighters in an engine. That's worldwide. And we may not be able to maintain that because we're a paid on-call fire service. Yeah, and we talked about, you want us to do all this stuff, and you're mandating this stuff. I'm sorry, but we don't have the money to do all this. So the Minister of Municipal Affairs said, we're not going to make any changes at this time. I'm sure it'll come back, confident it will, but we stood them down, so we're pleased about that. We don't have any problem with some of the things they wanted to do, but the province wanted to dictate and add a bunch more, money, problems, issues to our budget without really even thinking about it. And we also told them, stop listening to Edmonton and Calgary. You can't compare paid on-call fire services to Edmonton, Calgary, Red Deer, Medicine Hat, Lethbridge, Fort McMurray, and the list goes on. You have to talk to places like Thorsby, Wandering River, you know, Tabor, et cetera. So I think you were on that call with me that day, weren't you, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, Donna was at it again. But anyways, we're really happy that it's not costing us any extra. So, that is just an awareness for you, for information.
Thank you. All right, a motion to accept that for information.
I'll motion to accept the,
Thank you, all in favor?
The higher level of service 2025 and engagement response.
All right, public
That's what you
comments.
said.
Wendy,
Yeah.
Wendy, you've been waiting patiently. Sorry to cut you off there, but
So that's okay. I don't know how to word this diplomatically or properly, but the problem in this town with the residents, they all think, or I won't say all, but a lot of them, think that everything should happen now. They do not understand that things take time. Things can't happen in 5 minutes. And I don't know how you explain that, but that's the problem.
I disagree with you.
Oh, okay.
You want something done, get it done. Shut up and get it done.
But some things you can't do it in 5 minutes.
I'm joking with you.
I think we all agree with Wendy.
thank you for that. You're absolutely correct.
100% correct.
I don't know how to word it like that.
You did good.
It's unfortunate that, you know, the public, one or two people,
I
think
do
that
have
way,
a
but-
compliment for the town, though.
well, it's,
We were having,
I know that this is, yeah.
an odor in our water, but now we have a different odor, a better odor.
Oh.
Thank God.
It's
What time of
too
the
much
month?
chlorine now, but it's better than the other one, and discoloring. So it is improving.
I think it's probably helped that we cleaned up the wells. We're working on that.
I don't know, but our water was getting yellow and it was nutty. But I got comments the other day from my roommate that said, hey, it's just all chlorine now, which is better than what it was. So it is
Thank you.
Thanks.
And we live in the old part of town.
yes.
So it's treated to, we exceed environmental standards with our environment for treating, but just cleaning out the wells. And we still got another probably 20 loads to go this year to clean up those wells properly. But at least we paid a nice little clean spot for the new pump. That pump and sediment. So I think that probably has contributed. Good, thanks for that.
Kevin, go ahead.
Can I get some more information on the second well bed?
It's not in, but it's paid for.
Paid for?
Okay, so what's happening with that piece of metal? Did you guys ever figure that out, or has that been rectified?
Oh, that would be to the sewer lift station.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, that hasn't been rectified yet. They're working, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna.
But you haven't figured out what it is, so.
Not yet, no. Second pump is here, we won't put it in until spring. Both pumps are now working pumps. So, and then the old one, we're running the new one right now because it's on warranty. And, the old one will come out this spring to be either refitted, to work here, or it'll be scrapped. Just depends if we can refurbish it or not. I think it's pretty tired.
And is the water station up and running?
It will be in the second week of January. We're waiting for just a little bit of comment back from Onyx and Moneris. We're waiting for that. The signs are here for it. I put in a permit today for the second sign to be close to 778. And we just want to make sure we do a test run with everything. Once Onyx and Moneris let us know that they're ready to go, they have some glitches on their end. We will announce at Cal in January when the opening date is. Awesome. Ceremony and we'll get at it.
Are you guys placed an order for chairs yet for council?
Well, we have it because we just approved
You
it.
just approved the budget.
Well, get on it.
Get it done, get it done.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We're gonna leave it to you to, tell the public what's happened in the budget and everything, and you've got till January 9th is the next issue of the paper.
I'll be ready for it.
So you'll be ready for it, and you'll summarize these last two meetings.
Absolutely.
I've had a lot of good comments so far from people on liking what's hearing in there, so I will keep forward, and, thank you all for today's meeting and this year, and Happy New Year, and Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Did you adjourn the meeting?
Meeting
No.
adjourned.
At 7:29.
7:24.
Well, meeting.